When millions of gallons of violently rushing floodwater collide with modern infrastructure, rigid engineering usually breaks under the immense pressure. But deep in the forests of northeast India, local communities use a different kind of infrastructure. These structures survive by adapting to the water. This is Meghalaya. Tucked between Bangladesh and the Indian state of Assam, its name literally translates to the abode of clouds. This chart compares the annual rainfall of Cherrapunji against other famously rainy cities worldwide. The volume dwarfs almost anywhere else on Earth. As highlighted, almost all of this staggering rainfall occurs during a concentrated summer monsoon window. Surviving an environment with this much concentrated moisture requires a reimagining of how human life interacts with water. Over millions of years, these relentless monsoons have physically torn through the earth, carving out the deep valleys and sharp cliffs of the Khasi Hills. You can see the sheer vertical power of that runoff at Meghalaya Falls, where water drops over 1,000 feet into a turquoise basin. That water eventually sinks beneath the surface, acting as a massive filtration and carving system underground. Subterranean rivers have steadily hollowed out the bedrock over epochs, creating enormous limestone passages and chambers, like the Mazmai cave system. By the time this massive geological filtration finishes, you get the Daki River. The water is so clear that boats appear to hover in midair. Water here is an active, continuous sculptor, dictating the physical shape of the entire landscape. The indigenous communities, including the Khasi, Jaintia, and Garo people, built their societies around a simple logic: align with the environment rather than conquer it. Near villages like Nongriat, locals spend decades carefully guiding the pliable roots of rubber trees across swollen rivers and streams. Dead materials like steel and concrete eventually rust or crack under intense moisture, but these living bridges actively absorb the dampness, growing thicker and more capable of supporting weight with each passing generation. This philosophy of adaptation applies directly to how they feed themselves. Farmers use traditional knowledge to cultivate rice, ginger, and turmeric across the tiered terrain. Alongside these physical adaptations, the Khasi people have preserved a unique social structure for centuries. Their matrilineal system ensures that family lineage and inheritance are passed through the mother side of the family. From the way they structure their families to the way they grow their bridges, the people here have engineered a society that treats the relentless climate as a partner. Today, Meghalaya's capital city of Shillong reflects an evolving culture, blending distinct colonial-era architecture with a vibrant local rock music scene. But that cultural vibrancy faces a modern threat. Climate change is now altering the predictable rainfall patterns the entire ecosystem relies on. These erratic weather shifts put pressure on the region's dense forests, threatening the habitats of Asian elephants, clouded leopards, and rare bird species. Local communities and government agencies are currently trying to navigate the tension between necessary economic development and the conservation efforts required to protect the rivers and wildlife. As global weather becomes increasingly volatile, the living root bridges demonstrate that human design can actually grow stronger under pressure rather than breaking. Resilience isn't found in building rigid walls to block out the natural world. It comes from engineering ways to live in harmony with its most powerful forces.